we are going to study unit number 3, that is a poem. I'm going to explain. So number 1 is, okay, so we are reading the introduction. So I read the instruction of the, so this poem is written by, who is the poet? William Blake. And William Blake is a famous English poet and artist. Okay? He belonged to a middle class family and he never went to school. So he did not know about the school. So he's famous for his radical views on religion. What is radical? इनके favoring fundamental change. इनके he wanted change in the society. He wanted change in the schools, in the system of the school. So that's why he disliked the at that times education. At that time system of education. So religion, society, and other matters. So this poem is from his songs of innocence and experience. So he wrote a lot of songs and he gave the names that songs of innocence and experience, and this poem is one of them. So I am going to read is this poem stanza voice. Okay, I will read each stanza and I will explain that stanza and then I will move on. Okay, so I'm going to read first stanza. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds the horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! So, in this stanza, poet describes the feeling of a schoolboy. Okay, in this stanza, he's in a very happy mood. He loves to wake up early in the summer mornings. When he wakes up in the mornings, he sees different things. He sees different singing birds and also sees a huntsman far away who is throwing his horn. Okay, what is horn? Is an instrument for hunting. He likes everything. Whatever is done in the morning, he likes each and everything. Okay. Here with the first stanza, there is a question. So the question is, in what mood does the poem begin? So this poem, okay, in the beginning, in this stanza, in he's in a joyful mood. Okay, the poet is in joyful mood. Okay, the poet compares himself to a schoolboy, and the schoolboy is in a very very joyful mood. I hope you have understood. Now I'm going to read para number 2. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under cruel eye outward, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Okay, so the explanation is, but when he has to go to school in the mornings of summer, he cannot enjoy the season. He has to sit under the observation of teachers the whole day. Actually, the poet is representing the traditional educational system. He talks about the teacher. He talks about the teacher-centered education system in which child is not allowed to say anything. Okay, understood? So again, there is a question. How does the mood shift in the second verse? Okay, now in the second verse, his mood changes. He's not happy because the child has to attend the school. Okay, now stanza number 3. And then At times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I delight, nor sit in learning's worn through with the dreary shower. Okay, so in stanza number 3, the boy is saying that sometimes in school I spent my many hours feeling weak and worried. I do not enjoy learning new things in the school, nor I like the building of the school. Okay, learning's power is school. I just feel that I'm just pressurized. Okay, I'm just pressurized to learn things. I don't want to learn, but I'm just pressurized. I cannot express my feelings. Okay, now turn the page. Okay, now I'm on the next page, that is page number 38. Stanza number 4. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wings and forget his youthful spring? So in stanza number 4, the poet is saying, in this stanza, the poet is comparing himself with a bird who is a bird who is in a cage in school. Okay? What is the cage? That is in a that is a school. He says, and okay, he feels that he is imprisoned in the cage. That is the school. He says when a bird is free, it sings sweet songs. But when a bird is imprisoned, it cannot sing. He is sad. So that's why he cannot sing. He forgets about the beauty of season. Similarly, how a child can express his feelings when he is afraid that the teacher will become angry. So in his school, he is afraid of the teachers. So the poet does not like the teacher-centered education. Now I'm going to read stanza number 5. O father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay. Now, in this poem, in this stanza, the child is addressing to his parents. He says, read again. Now the child is addressing to his parents in stanza number 5. We are, he says, we are like birds. Okay, if birds are pinched, and okay, if birds are taken away before becoming flower, they cannot, they would never become a beautiful flower. Similarly, children are tender, they are delicate, they will die without being cared. So they will be cared, they should be cared. Para number 6. Sorry, stanza number 6. How shall the summer arise in joy, or summer fruit appears? Or how shall we gather what griefs? Okay, beta. Okay, somebody is asking that what is the meaning of blossom? A blossom is a flower. You will see in the words meaning as well. Okay, so number 6. How shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruit appears. How shall we gather what griefs destroy, or bless the mellowing ear when the blast of winter appears? So he now the poet is praying in this praying to God when next summer season appear, there would be no sorrows. In the coming year, everybody, I mean the teacher, will be kind to the children. Okay? Any children would feel joy if they are cared, if they are taught with love, means that in poet's mind, the poet is thinking there, the education system should be changed. There should be child-centered education. The children should express what they want. Okay, so there is a question: who does the child in the poem speak to towards end? So he is speaking to his father and mother in stanza number 5. I hope you have understood the poem. Now let's come towards the verse meaning. Sorry, which para? Whole. Okay. So beta, again I'm just telling the summary that we are talking about a school boy. Okay. So stanza number 1, I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing. So is this in stanza number 1, he is saying, he is describing the feeling of a schoolboy who is who is in a very happy mood. He loves to wake up early in the summer mornings. When he wakes up in the morning, he sees different things. He sees different singing birds and also sees a hunter who is throwing horn. Okay. Now in in stanza number 2, okay, his moods change when he has to go to school in the morning of summer. He cannot enjoy the season. He has to sit under the observation of the school, of the teachers, the whole day. Actually, the poet representing the traditional education system. He talks about the teacher centered education, which he dislikes. Now, in stanza number 3, the boy is saying that sometimes in his school, I spend my hours feeling weak and worried. I cannot express it to the teacher. Okay, I do not enjoy learning new things in the school because I'm not feeling well. That's why I cannot enjoy. So I don't like learning new things because I'm not feeling well, and I like the building of the school. I just feel that I'm just a prisoner. Okay, I'm just pressurized. So when we see the para number 4, in this para, in this stanza, the poet is comparing himself with a bird who is in a cage, and that cage is a school. He says, when a bird is free, it sings sweet songs, but when a bird is imprisoned, it cannot sing. He is sad. He forgets about the beauty of season. Similarly, now when a child a child cannot express his feeling when he is afraid that the teacher will be angry, will be annoyed. In para number 5, he says now in in stanza number 5, the child is addressing to his parents like we are like birds, we are very delicate. In if birds are pinched, before becoming flowers. If they are taken away before becoming flowers, we cannot become up beautiful flowers. So similarly, children are tender. They need care. So without without care, the children die out. Okay? Without care, the children can die. So in the last stanza, um, the poet's praying to God. When next summer season appears, there would be no sorrows, okay, no sadness. In coming year, everybody, I mean teacher, will be kind to the children. Now I hope you have understood the poem. So now let's see the words meaning. Okay, now I'm going to show the words meaning. Okay, so take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of the words meaning. So the word number one is wind. Wind means go or turn something. As we say wind up. Okay, to finish. So it is the same word, it is a verb. It means go or turn something. The second word is horn. Horn is a brass. Brass is a metal. Okay, it's a brass instrument. Okay, the next word is worn, outworn. Who is outworn? A teacher, a school system, out of date school system. Out, outward means out of date. And number four is drooping. Okay, drooping means hang down weakly. Okay, now word number five, that is anxious. Anxious means eager or worried. Word number six is bower. Bower is a leafy shelter. Okay, it's a place that has shadow. Okay, that is in poem it is called the school. Number seven, dreary. Dreary means dull or boring. Okay, so word number eight, nib. Nib. In the poem it is nib, but I am telling the meaning of the first form of the word. So nib means pinch or bite quickly. Okay, pinch or bite quickly. Number nine, blossom. Blossom means a flower on a fruit tree. Okay, it's a noun. A flower on a fruit tree. So number 10 is strip. Strip means remove clothes or covering from. Okay, mellow. Mellow means free from harshness. They are talking about teachers. Okay, they should be mellow. Okay, mellow means free from harshness. Number 12 is blast. Blast is a strong rush of wind or fear. Okay, take a screenshot quickly. I'm giving you time to take the screenshots, and after that we are going to share the selected questions that you have to also take the screenshot. Okay, anxious. Okay, anxious means eager or worried. Eager. What is okay? Okay, when you want to know something, you are eager. Okay, when you want to know something, you are eager to learn. Okay, okay. I hope you have taken screenshot. Now let's come towards the question answers. Questions. Okay? Take the screenshot of the questions as well. Take the screenshot of the questions as well. Are you taking? Okay. The first question is, okay, you can mark in your book as well. The first question, what creatures give the boy sweet company? What creatures give the boy sweet company? I'm just reading the question. Try to find out the answers. Okay? In the next one, I will share the answers as well. Question number 2. What is the huntsman doing? Explain in your own words. What is the huntsman doing? Explain in your own words. Number 3. What drives all the joy away? What drives all the joy away? Number 4. Why do you think that the bird is unable to sing in a cage? Why do you think? Are you understanding the question? Why the bird cannot sing in the cage? Now, number 5. What creature does the schoolboy compare himself to? And where is the creature in the verse number 4? Okay, take the screenshot. Take the screenshot. Have you taken the screenshot? Okay, now again I'm reading the question plus I'm sharing the answers as well. Okay, you just note down, okay, but you have to write the answers in your fair copy yourself. Okay, I'm just sharing the answers. At the end, in a fair form, you have to write yourself. Okay, beta? So, what creature give the boy, what creatures give the boy sweet company? I hope you can easily find the answer. The birds on the tree and skylark. Skylark is a bird. Okay? The birds on the tree and skylark who is near to him give him company. I'm repeating. The birds on the tree and skylark give him company. Again, the birds on the tree and skylark give him company. Now, question number 2. What is the huntsman doing? Explain in your own words. So, what is the huntsman doing? I hope you have found the answer. The huntsman answer. This is answer. The huntsman is blowing his horn. The huntsman is blowing his horn. The huntsman is blowing his horn. Question number 3. What drives all the joy away? So the answer is having to go to school drives all the joy away. Having to go to school drives all the joy away. Again, I'm repeating. Having to go to school drives all the joy away. Question number 4. Why do you think that the bird is unable to sing in a cage? So the answer is when a bird is happy, it sings. So it cannot be happy when imprisoned. When a bird is happy, it sings. So it cannot be happy when imprisoned, when in a cage. It cannot be happy. It cannot sing in a cage. So you have to form yourself the answer in fair form. You have to write in the fair copy. The last question is, what creature does the schoolboy compare himself to? And where is the creature in verse number 4? So, the schoolboy compares himself to a bird, who is, that is in a cage. Okay, beta. I'm repeating answer number 4. When a bird is happy, it sings. So it cannot be happy in a cage. So it cannot be happy in a cage. So a bird does not sing in a cage because it is unhappy. Okay. Now, answer number 5. What creature does the schoolboy compare himself to? And where the creature in verse number 4? Okay? The boy is comparing himself to a bird. Okay? The boy is comparing himself to a bird that is in a cage. The boy is comparing in a bird who is in a cage. Okay. Okay. So answer number 1 is the birds on the tree and skylark give him sweet company. Answer number 2. The huntsman is blowing his horn. Answer number 3. Having to go to school drives all the joy away. Having to go to school drives all the joy away. Number 4. When a bird is unhappy, when a bird is happy, it sings. So it cannot sing in a cage. When a bird is happy, it sings. So it cannot sing in a cage. The answer number 5 is the boy is comparing to a bird who that is in a cage. The boy is comparing himself to a bird that is in a cage. Okay, I hope you have understood all the answers. Okay, beta, now open the next page. That is level 3. Page number 40. Now you have to open page number 40. Differentiate between simile and metaphor. Okay, I hope you have opened page number 40, level number 3. Differentiate between simile and metaphor. I hope you know about simile and metaphor. So do you know difference between a simile and a metaphor? Both make comparisons. Okay? But a simile uses as or like as shown in the following example. Okay? Just like a simile. What is a simile? Okay? Both the metaphor and the simile make comparisons. Simile use the word like or as and compare things like life is like a box of chocolates. Okay? This is a simile. Life. How is the life? Life is like a box of chocolate. Here there is an example. Okay? Fireflies shone like tiny eyes. Okay? The fireflies are like shiny eyes twinkle among the trees. They twinkle among the trees. Okay, and what is a metaphor? A metaphor replaces one thing to another, just like tiny eyes. Okay, who are tiny eyes? The fireflies. Tiny eyes twinkled among the trees. Okay, in metaphor, we directly call the same word, just like he is a black sheep. Okay, we are Black sheep is a metaphor. Okay, and simile. In simile, we say that something is like that one. Okay? Or we also use as, just like the ice is as white as snow. Okay? In simile, we uses as and like both. Okay? The fireflies like tiny eyes. It's also a simile.